Does truth exist?
I don't know. I don't know.
What even is truth?
You tell me.
Why do these questions even matter?
Let's find out.
Those are the topics for this video, so hey, without further ado, let's go, let's get it.
Without you, where would I be? Without you, where would I be now? Without you, where would I be? Without you, where would I be now? And once I was blind, you opened my eyes, and now I can see now.
How you doing? How you living? ScottEbruh here, back at it with another video. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for stopping by. If this is your first time onto the channel, I just want to say welcome. On this channel, I answer questions and objections about the Christian faith, as well as provide you with motivational and lifestyle tips to help you seek, know, and live truth in all that you do. So if those topics interest you, consider hitting that subscribe button.
Do it.
So this is the first part of a 4-part video series that I'm doing on 4 questions that show Christianity is true. I'll leave a little link up in the YouTube card to the intro where I kind of introduced what the 4 questions were. This video I'm going to be talking about the first question, which is, does truth exist?
Now let's get started.
But before we can even answer that question, first we have to ask ourselves, what is truth? See, truth is simply telling it like it is, telling it like you see it. So let's say, for example, you were walking down the street and you had $5 in your pocket. Somebody goes up to you and say, hey man, how much money you got in your pocket right now? And you were to say, I got $5. Well, you, my friend, would be telling it like it is. You would be telling the truth. So truth is simply just telling it like it is. Now, why is this important? This is important because if truth doesn't exist, well then Christianity can't be true. The Bible can't be true. In fact, anything that any atheist or agnostic writes couldn't be true. Anything that any Muslim writes couldn't be true. So if truth doesn't exist, nothing could be true. I couldn't prove that Christianity is true if truth doesn't even exist.
Good point.
But it's pretty easy to see that truth does exist, and if you were to say that truth doesn't exist, well, that statement itself would be self-defeating, because if you say truth doesn't exist, well, my question would be, is that statement true, that truth doesn't exist? If you say yes, well then that statement just defeated itself and truth does exist. If you say no, that that's not true, well then truth does exist either way. So that statement is self-defeating.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
So I want to quickly give 5 quick points on truth. The first point is truth is absolute, not relative. And this is important because if Christianity is true, then everything opposed to Christianity must be false. So, you can't have one person being like, Christianity is true for me, and then having the other person like, well, Islam's true for me. So truth is absolute, it's not relative. An example of an absolute truth would be 2 + 2 = 4. That would be an absolute truth. It's not a relative truth where, for somebody else, 2 + 2 = 5. For another person, it might be 2 + 2 = 6.
But that's not math.
No, 2 + 2 = 4, that's an absolute truth. So truth is absolute. Second point on truth is discovered, not invented. We don't invent truth, we discover truth. And a good example of this would be thinking of like gravity. We didn't invent gravity, but we discovered gravity being true. We didn't invent the world being round, which, just so you know, the world is in fact round.
500 years ago, everybody knew the earth was flat.
But we discovered that the world was round. So truth is discovered, not invented. Third point on truth is transcultural. In other words, if it's true for one culture, it's going to be true for all cultures. See, 2 + 2 = 4, not just in the United States, but also in South America, in Africa, in Spain, in Italy, everywhere. 2 + 2 = 4, everywhere. So truth is transcultural.
We're in this together, so be calm.
Point number 4 is truth isn't dependent on our beliefs or feelings. Because you see, our beliefs and feelings may change, but that doesn't change fact. That doesn't change truth. And going back to the earth thing, where there's some people who believed the world is flat, and there were other people who believed the earth was round. Well, just because you believed the earth was flat, that didn't make it true that the earth was in fact flat. So our beliefs change, right? But that doesn't change truth. And this is really big, especially when thinking about like our beliefs, is even from a religious standpoint, where you can believe one thing, but that doesn't make it true. You can believe in Islam, you can believe in Buddhism and Hinduism and atheism and even Christianity, just because you believe in it doesn't mean that that's true. And the point of this channel is to show you that the Christian belief lines up with what is true. So the fourth point is truth isn't dependent on our beliefs or feelings. And the last point that I'll make about truth is all major world religions don't teach all the same things. Therefore, all major world religions can't be true. You have Christians, Jews, and Muslims believing in a different theistic God. You have Hindus who believe that evil isn't real, whereas Christians, Muslims, Jews believe that evil is real. You have Christians who believe that people are saved by grace through faith, but then you have other world religions who teach salvation, saying that it comes by our good works. See, all major world religions don't teach all the same things. Therefore, all major world religions can't all be true. So going back to the big question, does truth exist? I believe the answer is yes. And what kind of truth? Well, the truth that I described in some of these points I listed. So hey, if you found this video helpful, please leave a like. Leave a comment down below on what you learned, what kind of insight you gained. Do you agree or disagree with some of the points that I made? Please subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can catch me in my next video as I continue this series. Then the next question we have to ask is, does God exist? So is it true that God exists? We're gonna talk about that in the next video. So hey, until next time, grace, peace.